Happy Wednesday, guys. It is halfway through the week and I'm here to teach you language arts, and I'm going to start with spelling. And before I get started, I want to just remind you that I do have two videos for language arts today. One is this one where you're learning about the key concepts, and then the second one is a read aloud for Klondike Kate that you can listen to just like you would listen to in class. So check that out. I'm going to start with spelling. So we're looking at words with Greek word parts. So astra, chron, cycle, hydra, and opt. So they have those words and you can easily go through and find those. So astronomy will go under this category. Disaster, it doesn't have one of those. Okay, it's its own. Asterisk, astronaut, asteroid, chronic, chronicle, chronology, chronological, synchronize, cyclical, bicyclist, cyclone, encyclopedia, hydrogen, hydrant, hydrate, optic, optician, and optical are your 20 words. So again, spelling is optional, but you guys, you need to know how to spell. So take a minute to look at those words and just, practice them a little bit. You're not going to get tested, but it's still good to know. Moving on, I'm going to review your vocabulary words. All right. So, remote is a remote place is far away from cities and towns. And I think we can think about Alaska. We can think that it's a very remote place, or even Hawaii. There's parts of Hawaii that are remote. Even parts of California that are remote, that are hard to get to, that are far away from cities and towns. Okay, laden, if it's weighted down with a heavy load. Appalled, someone who is appalled is shocked and horrified at something. So reading the story, we can think about Kate's friends were appalled at the fact that she wanted to go all the way to the Klondike. Not just that she wanted to go, but that she wanted to go for gold. She wanted to pan for gold. Okay, little did they know all the things that Kate could do. Okay, invest. To invest money in a project means that you put your funds into it with the hope that in the future it will earn more money. Floundered, people or animals that have floundered have made wild movements trying to get something done. Grueling, a grueling experience is extremely difficult and exhausting. And isolated, a place that is isolated is a long way from large towns and is difficult to reach. Definitely true of the Klondike, especially where Kate was going, especially at the time that Kate was going. It's a lot easier to travel around Alaska these days than it was during Kate's time. So, those are your spelling and vocabulary words. The next thing I'm going to talk about is you had a contractions page that you were supposed to work on. Okay, and contractions are kind of an easy thing to do. You've learned contractions since second grade, I want to say. So it should be pretty easy. So I want you to take out practice book page 163 and let's go over the answers. Okay, so number one, I have she is a daring explorer. So to make that easy, I'm going to get rid of that I, and I'm going to add an apostrophe and add an S. So now I have she's a daring explorer. They are thinking about returning to California. I get rid of that A, put an apostrophe, and I have there. They are not finding gold here anymore. So I get rid of the O, and I put an apostrophe, and I have aren't. We are out of food. I get rid of the A. I put an apostrophe R-E. You have, same thing. You've got 2 days to make a decision. She could not make up her mind, so I put couldn't. So I dropped the O and add an apostrophe. I have not had time to decide. Have not. I dropped that O, put an apostrophe, and I have haven't. Okay. I am too tired to plan anything, said the woman. I dropped the A, put an apostrophe, and I have I'm. It is time to start dreaming and go home, he said. So I have it's. I have shouldn't, won't, he's, had it. it should be pretty easy to identify those. Remember that you drop a letter and that you add those apostrophes. Most of the time, I think you probably do that without thinking. You put she's or you put couldn't without thinking about, oh, I could put could not, but I'm going to drop that O and put that apostrophe. So it's probably more of a natural thing by now. At least it should be. So hopefully you got all those right. Let's look at the bottom. Okay, so this is which word do I use? Do I use it's or it's? This is it is. This is just it's. It's cold and windy today. Does that sound right? Or would I say it is cold and windy today? Yes. So I would say it's. Same thing. They or there is like possessive versus there, which is they are. They're leaving in an hour. Does leaving belong to them? Is it possessive? No. But they are leaving in an hour. Yes. Okay? Your horses are prepared for travel. You are horses for prepared to travel? No. Your, because they belong to somebody. Their saddles are clean and ready. Do I say they are saddles? No. I say their saddles because they belong to someone. Okay? And then your or you are going to be late. You're going to be late. Do you own something? No. You are going to be late. If you do not leave right now, you are going to be late. But I can say your with apostrophe R-E. So, hopefully you got all of those right and that you have a strong understanding of this part. You guys, this part right here, I would say is like the most missed of anything because people use possessive when you're not supposed to. So you want to think, am I saying that somebody owns something or am I saying they are going somewhere? So is it something that's happening? So you guys have to think about that. Do they own the horses here? Yes. Do they own the saddles? Yes. Okay, you don't say they are saddles. Does that make sense? No. Okay, so this part is really important. So if you have any questions on that, please let us know. The other page that was given to you by Miss Garcia was a practice book page on focus skill, which is summarizing and paraphrasing just like it was last week. So this should be familiar. So page 161. And here it is. So your response might not be the same. So in early 1848, a team of workers led by James Marshall was camped on the American River near Sacramento, California. They were building a sawmill for John Sutter. On January 24th, 1848, Marshall found a few small gold nuggets along the river. Just a few months after Marshall's discovery, gold was found in other rivers in California. General John Bidwell found gold in the Feather River, and Major Pearson discovered gold in the Trinity River. These discoveries led to the California Gold Rush. Approximately 500,000 people traveled to California to seek their fortunes. Okay, do you see how many sentences are here and how many sentences are here? Remember that a summary should be just as long as your writing that you read. So I shouldn't just do one sentence. That is not enough of a summary. You didn't give me enough information. So let's read what they wrote. On January 24th, 1848, James Marshall found gold in the American River. Soon afterwards, gold was found in the Feather and Trinity Rivers. These discoveries led to the California Gold Rush. So let's go back. So we talked about 1848, January 24th, and he talked about how that was the first gold found in that area. Okay, and then instead of saying John Bidwell found gold in the Feather River and Major Pearson discovered gold in the Trinity River, they just say soon afterwards gold was found in the Feather and Trinity Rivers. Because I don't need all that extra, I don't need everything from this in your summary. I just need enough to understand what you read. Okay, and then it says these discoveries led to the California Gold Rush. Okay, approximately 500,000 people traveled to California to seek their fortunes. These discoveries led to the California Gold Rush. Do I have enough in this summary to understand the reading without having the reading? Yes, I can tell you that gold was found on January 24th, 1848. I know gold was found later, and I also know that these discoveries led to the California gold rush. I know all of that from what your summary said. Now, a paraphrase is shorter. See how much shorter? I should see a difference in your summary versus your paraphrase. So let's read the paraphrase. James Marshall and his team of workers camped along the American River near Sacramento early in 1848. Okay, so they chose to paraphrase the beginning. You might paraphrase where they found gold. So I might say, James Marshall, John Bidwell, Pearson Reading all discovered gold in California, which led to the California gold rush. Is that the same as here? No, it's one sentence. It's shorter. I should see a difference. I should see a longer paragraph for your summary and a shorter sentence for your paraphrase. And so make sure that you practice that. There are IXL, if you go back to last week's student learning plan, there are IXLs you can do if you choose. So those are the pages that you did with Miss Garcia. The next thing is the story, and like I said in the beginning of this video, you can find the story as a read aloud on YouTube after this video, so if you want to hear it read aloud, which you would in class. So, and remember, you want to read it 3 times because you have that test. Okay, now I'm going to assign a page for you to do, which is page 160. And page 160 is the one that's on the story. Okay, so this is the page that I'm assigning you to do. And this is a good page to understand if you understand the story. Did you get it? So it's listed page numbers here for you. And you are just writing what happened in each of those pages. And then take and write a very short summary. Remember, our summaries don't have to be super long. 4 sentences, 2 to 4 sentences. Let's say that. 2 to 4 sentences on these pages, or the story itself. Just give me a summary of what the story is about. Okay, this doesn't have to be done on a separate piece of paper or anything like that. Just write a short one. Okay, and that is what you have to do for me for language arts. So, couple things. If you have any questions on contractions, please let us know. You are doing page 160 and you are listening to the read aloud for the story. And if you want to do IXL, you can do that as well. But that is all I have for you for language arts on this Wednesday. I hope you're having a great week, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.